Oh, hello. There you are. I see you now.
Who?
You. You weren't on my screen before.
Oh, really?
No, it was just black.
Oh, then why were you? How'd you guys? You were just talking about my hair
No, I was looking at your pictures.
before that.
I was just talking about it because I saw it on Instagram.
Got it. I
Yeah.
thought you were looking at me.
No, I couldn't see you. I don't get to see you until it goes over onto my screen.
You're
All
not
right.
missing much.
well, welcome to Take It or Leave It, a Tioli podcast hosted by a hot mess named Meredith and her now brunette friend.
Hi, I'm her now brunette friend, Tiffany Jenkins. This podcast will discuss all things marriage, motherhood, and everything in between. Please remember, we're not professionals at anything you may actually need. So, any advice we give you, you can take.
Or leave because it might be crap. I actually had a couple of stories from the news that I thought we could chat about that involved parents and kids.
Okay, this is always so scary for me because I don't know what we're getting into and I have to try not to offend anybody. But honestly, there's a new sheriff in town.
Okay. And look, you're getting compliments already on the hair. Tiffany, your hair is amazing. Love it.
You're so sweet, everyone. Before we came on here, we had some conversations about some things that need to be tweaked. Some decisions I have to make because I have a concern. Does anybody care, or like, do I even need to talk about it, or you just want to get in the news?
No, I mean well, first of all, I think the lesson is if you're not 100% satisfied, you do need to go back and have fixed whatever needs to be fixed.
Yeah, and she even said that. She's like, if you decide, yeah. So parts of it to me. I'm sorry, I forgot I was doing a podcast. Parts of it to me today, I've realized yesterday look a little gray. It looks like I'm trying to grow my gray out, which is actually something that I've thought about doing. But now that I've accidentally done it, I'm not ready. And so I have to decide whether or not to take the light parts and make them darker, whatever. This is a podcast. People can't see, so it doesn't matter.
Well, they know where to find you to see you, and they could always go on YouTube. So,
yeah. So we'll figure it out.
But it is tough when you go and because your hair was much lighter.
Ugh,
much.
I know.
But I do love the brunette, the luscious brown locks.
Thank you.
I think they're very pretty.
Thank you very much. I just got depressed.
Oh. Because of your hair?
Yeah, because it was so much blonder and I wasn't mentally prepared. But that's okay. That's not what this is about. I'll talk to her about it. We'll get it sorted. It'll be fine.
Well, we'll have the update next week then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, a couple of stories in the news that I found interesting, or at least chat topic worthy. The first one was a father in, I believe, Oregon, was just convicted and found guilty of giving controlled substance sleep medication to 3 12-year-olds at his daughter's sleepover party to get them to go to bed. So the story is the daughter had 3 or 4 friends over for a sleepover, right? Mm-hmm. And the dad was like, the curfew or the bedtime is 11 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, the 4 12-year-olds were still bouncing off the wall. So he made them all smoothies and apparently put sleeping meds into the smoothies.
No, he didn't.
3 of the 4 girls drank them. The 4th girl didn't want it, so she didn't drink it. And after getting back upstairs, everybody else started to pass out. And the dad came back up to check on them to make sure they were still breathing. And it freaked out the 4th girl. So she called her mom and said, please call here and say that you have to pick me up because it's an emergency. I don't want to stay here. And
Good
so
girl.
the other girls got then picked up by their parents and taken to the hospital for a drug screening.
Shut your mouth up.
Yep.
What was the drug? Do you know?
A sleeping pill.
Jail, right? Jail immediately.
I mean, I believe he got sentenced to 2 years.
What do you think he had creepy intentions?
I mean, that's, left up for interpretation, right? I mean, who knows? But he said an Oregon dad drugged his daughter's young friends with smoothies laced with sedatives, then creeped over them as they drifted off to sleep, according to cops. One of the 3 12-year-olds texted her mom at 1:45 a.m. saying, please come and pick me up. I don't feel safe here. Michael Maiden turned himself in to jail on Wednesday after a grand jury issued an indictment on him. This was back in August. I guess he was just sentenced last week. And so I believe he got 2 years.
What a smart girl for following her gut and like acting on it. That's hard because a lot of times you have thoughts about things like this doesn't feel right or something's off, but to actually act on it and just follow all the way through, amazing intuition.
Yeah. I mean, it's so crazy to think. Now, look, I've had 12-year-old girl sleepovers before, right?
Mhm.
Like I have done the whole, like right now I have 2 other kids in my house for a sleepover. And they don't go to bed. 3 a.m. I heard them knocking around last night, right? Like they don't go to bed. But I've never had the inclination to be like, come here, I've got a smoothie for you.
Yeah.
Like, you yell a little, you tell them to go to bed. You say, this is the last time I'm going to tell you. And then it's not. You tell them 87 more times, right? But you don't put like a sedative in somebody else's kid's smoothie. I mean, it's not like he just drugged his own kid. He drugged everybody's kids.
Yeah. And not only that, as an addict who isn't into like wasting sleep medication, if it was like a prescription sleep medication that he was prescribed because he had trouble with sleeping, like I don't know if did he put ZQL in there or was
it was some sort of a pill.
Yeah. So to me, in my own personal opinion, you don't just do that. You don't just put sleeping pills so you can have some peace. Like there's more to it. There has to be more to it. Otherwise, just put headphones in. You know what I mean? Like I wonder what the daughter has to say. Nobody's probably interviewed her. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't read anything about that.
Like has she had sleepovers before? Where's the mom?
Yeah, I didn't that wasn't listed in any of these stories that I read. He was sentenced to 2 years incarceration.
I'm not even are people thinking that that's harsh?
What I've read, it's only giving, facts of,
because I feel like definitely crisis was averted here. Can you imagine getting that call?
No. It's the thing's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Like we get it. 12-year-old girls are a lot. A gaggle of them is a whole lot.
But you have to know that if you're hosting a sleepover, you have to know.
Oh yeah, So I do think you're right to highlight the fact that the one girl who didn't drink it, followed her gut.
Oh yeah. There's been so many times where I'm like, something feels off about this situation, but I've convinced myself that I'm overthinking it and I don't do anything about it. Now I just listen to my gut. I just listen to it blindly. And I'm like, listen, I don't know where we're going, but I'm trusting you.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's what this girl did. I mean, it must have been heavy stuff if they started passing out as soon as they got upstairs.
Yeah, it just said it was some sort of a depressant medication. They didn't give.
Depressant?
Yeah, like a sedative. They said sedative.
They have to have the facts by now. If the guy was sentenced, they have to know what.
Yeah, I don't know
Either
why
way.
it's not in the article. I don't know. But whatever it was heavy duty enough that. Oh, well, they did seize 5 prescription bottles of the insomnia pill temazepam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they found 5 prescription bottles of that.
Why does he have 5 prescription?
So that could have been what it was, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what was found. Oh, wait. Benzodiazepine. What is that?
Benzos? Like
Yeah.
Xanax?
Okay. Well, that's what he put in there.
Or is the one temazepam a benzo? It might be.
I don't know. They just said the girls ingested a depressant drug called a benzodiazepine into a mango smoothie.
Oh, if it's a benzo, that's like a hardcore sedative, muscle relaxer situation.
Yeah, like that's just to me, I don't know how you make the leap from these girls need to go to bed to I'm gonna put some Xannies in a mango smoothie.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
How did A go to B in that situation?
I don't think it did. I think A was my kid's having a sleepover. How can I creep on people and be a weirdo?
Yeah, and that could have very well been the case, but it was thwarted by the girl calling her mom.
Love her.
Thank heavens, right? Like, so yeah.
What a badass.
So that was story number 1, which just, I was sitting scrolling and that just, when I read that, it blew my mind. I was like, holy shit.
I saw a story today that blew my mind.
All right. Why don't we do yours?
It didn't blow my mind at all. I was just waiting for you to get on the call and I saw it. But the reigning hot dog eating champion has been banned. He can't compete this year because he did a brand deal with meatless hot dogs.
What?
And everybody's up in arms about it because he's won 16 times in a row.
And he can't compete simply because he did a brand deal on meatless hot dogs?
Yep. They said it was.
Why?
It was directly one of their competitors and the spokesperson.
Like Oscar Mayer Wiener?
Yeah. Well, I don't know the specific brand, but
Nathan's maybe?
Yeah. They came out with a meatless hot dog. And so they said it's in direct competition with their hot dog. I think it's called the MLE or something, some kind of association where people scarf down hot dogs. And so it's the equivalent of Michael Jordan, who has been given like the Air Jordans, going to Nike and being like, hey, I'm also working with Adidas, is how the spokesperson for the hot dog competition compared it.
Yeah. I'm just
breaking. I just thought that was really upsetting for everyone who has. So this dude ate like.
Here it is. So Joey Chestnut was banned from the competition in this year's Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest on July 4th because he partnered with Impossible Foods to sell the rival brand of plant-based hot dogs. That is 100% facts.
Yeah, I only spit facts.
Yeah, that is.
And I guess last year, maybe he did 76 hot dogs in 15 minutes with the bun.
Oof.
Confirm that, but I think that's right. You don't have to confirm it, but I just mean like, don't take what I'm saying as.
Let's see.
I'm like pretty sure. But then again, they said, I might be wrong because they said the second place person who might take it this year ate 39 hot dogs, which was 16 less than.
Okay, here it is. Chestnut holds a world record for eating 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. He won the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest 16 times every year since 2007. One loss, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Yeah, isn't that wild? And so they gave him the option to not work with this other brand. They're like, you can come back, dude. Just don't work with this company. And he's like, nah. Money's too good.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I mean, I think that's just, I mean, I get they're saying it's a direct competitor, but I think that's just straight up silly.
I
It's
feel
not like he said, I'm a vegan now or something. I don't know. He was just,
but
talking about
yes,
impossible wieners.
I agree. And they were so out of pocket with the way they worded this article that I saw. I was trying to find it because the way that they said it about shoveling, they don't appreciate him shoveling other wieners down his throat. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, calm
Oh,
down, Guardian. It was an article from the
that's
Guardian.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't
That's
that
too
crazy?
much. That's so funny. That's funny.
I
That's
wonder
funny.
think about how you have to train for something like that.
My stomach hurts thinking about it.
Yeah.
My stomach literally hurts just thinking about eating. Look, if I eat one Nathan's hot dog, I will burp
Ew.
for the next 2 days solid. And every time I burp, it will taste just like a Nathan's hot dog.
Wait, why? Why does it give you gaseousness?
They're so garlicky. Nathan's hot dogs are delicious, but they're garlicky, and I love to drench them in sauerkraut.
Ew, Meredith. What?
I love sauerkraut. I could eat it cold out the can.
What is sauerkraut, Meredith?
It's cabbage that's been fermented.
That's so uncomfortable for me.
And I love red cabbage too.
Fermented.
Fermented, yeah.
What does that mean?
It's like kombucha.
Let's break it down.
I don't know. They pickle it, I guess.
Fermented means like rotted.
No, it's not rotted.
It means like sitting in its own shit for a long time is what fermented means. I don't like it.
In its own shit?
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's what fermenting means, is sitting in your own shit for a while.
So is that like when you take a bath? You ferment?
Oh, no. I know how you feel about baths. And that is an interesting comparison because I guess technically. But yeah, dude, there was a point in time where I shit you not, when I was in high school cheerleading, we had a Taco Bell right by the school. And I'm not going to say I would skip school and go there, but there was a point in time where I was like, I swear if there was a soft taco eating competition for specifically Taco Bell soft tacos, I would win it. And I truly to this day believe that I could.
How many do you think you could put down in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes?
Yeah. Because that's what the hot dog competition
Probably
is.
Probably more than 20.
Well, you'd puke everywhere.
No, I truly, there is a trap door when it comes to Taco Bell. I have to stop myself. Like, there's no stopping point when it comes to Taco Bell. I promise. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But anyways, so that I saw that news article. I was waiting for you. And I usually don't read news articles because they stress me out. But I saw the picture that they chose of this guy.
Yeah.
Hot dog hanging out midway. I was like, we got to talk about this.
Yeah. Well, that is breaking news.
Listen,
you know, it is.
I don't know what you've got planned, but.
Well, the other story that I had, which is also weird, not illegal though, like the first one. But so a mom and dad and an 18-year-old went on a cruise for his graduation present. And they were out parked at a port, and they all went shopping. And the 18-year-old looked at his watch and said, "We have to get back to the ship. They're going to depart soon." And the parents were shopping, so they waved him off and said, "You go back." And so he got back to the boat. He did not tell the ship that his parents weren't on the boat yet. And the parents never made it back. And the ship left them in the port.
Is that common? I don't know much about cruises.
It definitely can happen. They're not going to wait for you. But the question that was raised then was, so then the parents text the kid like on WhatsApp or whatever and say, "Hey, what the hell? Why didn't you tell them that we were on our way?"
But they wouldn't have waited anyway, you're saying?
And he said, well, we don't know if they would have waited, right? But like they say the rule is that they won't wait. And the kid was like, I'm not going to inconvenience 5,000 other people because you didn't want to get here on time. So I wasn't going to tell them that you were coming. So the parents got super pissed at the kid because they had to fly to the next port, which was very expensive to get back on the ship.
Aw, that's...
So the kid goes on Reddit or wherever and was like, was I wrong? Because my parents are being really mean to me now. And they're saying that I was wrong for not telling the people on the cruise that they were still out there. But he's like, it's not my job to tell the cruise ship that they were on their way. They're adults. They should have been there on time. And so then obviously in the comments, people start to give their opinion. So what is your opinion on that?
Well, not just for my own brain. Did the parents specifically say to them, when you get back, make sure
that
you tell them?
That was not disclosed at all.
Okay. I don't think that it's the kid's responsibility. Obviously, I think it's the parents' responsibility. And I think that also he's a grown-up. He's 18, technically.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot my kids were here, dude. And I just heard a noise and my life flashed before my eyes. I'm sorry about that. I've never been on a cruise. I don't really know anything about cruises, but I am just like the kid. And I would rather leave my parents at an exotic location than inconvenience one other person. So if my parents have to live on a tropical island for the rest of their life.
Oh my gosh.
Because I have to tell somebody to wait, like they're goodbye. I love you. I can't do that. I can't inconvenience anyone over anything. So enjoy your new life. Sorry.
Enjoy your new life. Yeah, I thought you might go down that route.
What route have you gone down?
What I would have done is I would have gotten back to the ship and been like, my parents are not back here. I told them to come. They didn't listen to me, but I need you to know that this person and this person are not back on the ship. Can you please wait for them? Or can you do like a horn blow or something so they know to come?
Yes. Sorry, he doesn't feel good today. And he asked me specifically to make him pancakes.
Oh.
Meredith, I've never made a pancake a day in my life.
Do you have pancake mix?
Yeah, Crusties.
Awesome. That's the best kind.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I love Crusties. They make good pancakes and good muffins.
Who's in the mood to make a pancake? I have to make it. All right.
You are.
I just feel like they sell those frozen ones that you could just microwave. It just makes so much more sense.
Well, he's going to love that you took the time to open the box.
No, he's not. You
and
want to
crack
know what
the
he's
egg.
going to say? This is disgusting.
Oh,
he
might.
He will love lasagna on a Tuesday. And then Wednesday night, hates it. And it's like, that's so crazy because last Tuesday you loved it. So I specifically bought it for today. And he's like, I won't even look at a piece of lasagna, bitch. Get it out of my face.
Yeah, that's pretty much every kid. That sounds about right.
Is it?
Yep.
He's so picky.
Yeah, no, that happens for sure. I mean, I have 3 teenagers and they're still every week. They're like, when you go to Costco, get another bag of those chicken nuggets. Cause it's just like forever. They'll eat chicken nuggets. And it's like, if I ate as many fucking nuggets, it's like I could never eat another nugget. I just look at them and I'm like, why? So many nuggets.
Yeah.
But they just throughout the day, especially now with summer, it's just been a constant nugget train. And I'm just like, what is going on?
A nugget train.
It is nonstop. And I go to Costco, so I get the big bag of like the Purdue, whatever, panko ones are the ones they like. And they just eat the shit out of those nugs.
Do you bake them?
I put them in the oven.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like, I mean, every friggin' kid, every friggin' kid.
Do you use an air fryer?
No, I don't have one.
I have heard so many wonderful things about air fryers and how much easier they make life. And when I was married, we had one, but I was always afraid to touch it. because I couldn't understand the science. So I thought it was going to explode.
Mm.
Because I've heard stories about them exploding. So anyway, so I never touched it. So in the breakup, I was like, you take the air fryer. It's no good here. And
It's
now,
no good here.
now I'm like, dude, if everybody's like, you could cook literally anything in an air fryer and make it
You
so
should,
easy.
you know what you should do? You would make a great video, buy an air fryer, and let's watch you cook some shit in it.
Oh man.
I would totally watch that just to see what sort of shenanigans would ensue because it won't go well, at least the first time.
So rude and true.
I'm saying, I'm here for it is what I'm saying. If you want to hit the red button, roll film, I'm watching that.
I don't know. Do you know what's so sad? And I'm just going to be really honest. My first reaction when you said to record it was like, ugh, no. Like,
Oh, well, then can I just be on a FaceTime video?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
listen, this isn't the problem that I'm having. This isn't what I want to explore. I want to explore why my visceral reaction to making a video about something that would have excited me before now doesn't.
I don't know.
I think something inside of me is dead.
Something inside of you is dead.
Yes.
Is it your inner child?
I wish, because that kid is causing a lot of problems in my life. But yeah, I don't know. My first thought nowadays isn't, let me make a video about this. And I don't know why. Do you think that's the universe trying to push me in a different direction?
It could be. And I think it could just be that it's not where you're feeling it right now. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, there kind of is, because it's my job.
Well,
and I'm, you know what I mean?
But
like,
I mean,
that's
like,
the problem.
I haven't made, I mean, I've done a couple of reels here and there recently, but I haven't shot a video in forever.
Yeah. Like, where you script it. And
yeah, I haven't, not in forever. I go live to chat with all my friends and I do some reels, but cause like I just did, I'm trying to think. So I did this reel about the way kids speak, the slang terms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got just shy of 2 million views.
Nice.
And it was literally just me saying,
honey,
like, and asking, like, what's a skibbity toilet riz, Ohio? Like, because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
But it's like, hey, bruh, skibbity toilet riz, Ohio. And I'm like, what the fuck did Ohio do? Like,
I've never even heard that.
Ohio, I guess, means you're weird, you're awkward. If you call somebody Ohio.
Oh,
and I'm like, wow, are Ohioans offended?
Are they offended you called them Ohioans?
Whatever. They know who they are. I'm just saying. Like that they mean it in an offensive way when they say it, these kids.
I hear a lot of yacht.
Yacht. Yes.
Sticking out your yacht for the Rizzler. I have that stuck in my head.
For the Rizzler. Yeah. And then every time I hear Rizzler, I actually think of the what's his name from McDonald's? No, from McDonald's Happy Meals. When I think of the Rizzler, I think of the guy who steals the Happy Meal toys. Grimace?
Hamburglar?
No, the Hamburglar. I think of the Hamburglar every time I hear Rizzler.
Really?
I don't know why.
Interesting.
But it's like my brain goes to the Hamburglar and I'm just like, this isn't right. I don't know who a Rizzler is, but I don't think it's the Hamburglar, but it might be. I don't know. And then we did go down a real deep rabbit hole of Skibbity Toilet. And apparently there's some like cartoon where it's like toilets that take over the world. And I'm just like, I don't have the bandwidth for this shit. But it's just this weirdest stuff that kids say. And so I made the video because Sophia had texted me and she was, I sit in the car when she goes to get her braces done at her orthodontist visit because I'd rather sit in my car and scroll than sit in there and scroll. So, she texts me, come in to make my next appointment. And so she's standing up there and she's looking so annoyed and so bothered. And I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, skibbity toilet Rizzler. And the receptionist died, fell out of her seat. And Sophia went, oh my God. And she just turned around and walked out. And I don't know what a skibbity toilet Rizzler is. I just said it because I've heard them say these things. But she was so mad.
That's so funny, dude.
She was so mad. When I tell you she lost her shit when we got to the car, I was just like, look, I don't understand why you're upset. Everybody laughed. And she's like, it's not funny. And I'm like, but I got some laughs.
So funny, dude. Oh, do you want to know something?
Yes.
I was talking to my son and I was like, what's one thing you want to do this summer? And he's like, you know what I want to do, Mom? I want to go to Meredith's.
Oh, you guys need to come.
Okay, but my heart, Meredith, out of anywhere in the world, like he could have gone anywhere. Like what? And I had to elaborate. He's like, what do you mean? Like anywhere? And I'm like, anywhere. If you could do one thing this summer, like what is one thing you'd like to do over the course of the summer? And that was his answer. And I thought it was so cute.
It is cute. I'd love to host.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't either. Yeah, I am quite the skibbity toilet Riz. I am. So I don't know. I don't get it. I'm here for it, but I don't get it.
No, really though, because like you don't put up with their shit at all. And so it's so funny. It's not like you're like this sweet angelic presence. Like you're amazing and you're such an incredible host, but you'll tell them like, hey, that's a terrible idea. You shouldn't do that.
Well, and I keep a firm schedule. So I'm like, okay, it's park time now from 12 to 12:37.
I think we're going to be going.
And then after that, we're going to go up and we're going to go to the pool from 1 to 1:45. And then, maybe they like the tour guide side of me.
They like structure. I think your house is the only place they get it. That's something that I really need to work on, Meredith. It's really bad.
I can help you with the schedule. I love schedules.
But you know what I'm honestly afraid of is it's too late. Like I'm afraid it's too late.
How could it be too late?
Kidding.
It's like never too late. Start something new.
Yeah, but I'm going to whisper this because they're here. But I feel like there has to be a certain level of respect in order for kids to be willing to do certain things. And I think I've effed it up by being too friendly with them. And so I think that they think they can get away with stuff here. And I feel like they take advantage. Like yesterday, I was like, hey, me and my friend are going to go to the gym. So you guys are going to stay in the gym daycare thingy or whatever. And my son was like, I'm not getting in the car. And I was like, no, you have to, buddy. Come on. This is just so I can work out. I really want to do this. And he's like, I will strangle myself.
What?
Yeah. And then Chloe's like, no. And I was like, I don't know if I want that story actually out on the internet. Now that I think about it, I don't want to make it sound like he's like suicidal, but he
no. He was being a dramatic kid.
He just wanted to be on his iPad at home. And because I was trying to make him go somewhere else, and so today we wanted to go again, but I know how my kids feel. So I told Sierra, I was like, I don't know if my kids are going to let me go to the gym again. She's like, listen to what you just said. You're the parent. And I'm like, dude, I messed up. I think I was so desperate for them to be happy and like feel only positive feelings that I have done them a disservice.
Well, there's always time. There's always time to create new pathways.
Is there though?
Yes.
Like, or is there an age limit where it's like, all right, it's too late. They already view you.
No, and you can, firmly let them know in a kind way that going to the gym is not an option. It's what we're doing. So you can take your iPad or your coloring book or your whatever, but you're going to be sitting in there and you're going to sit there for an hour. You can make the best of it. Okay, 25 minutes. You're going to make the best of it. And then I'm going to scoop you up and we'll leave. But it is not an option. It's what we are doing. I didn't ask you if you wanted to go. I'm telling you that's what we're doing.
And I think that's my problem is I try to involve them with decision making. And that's my issue. And
Yeah.
that's something I need to break.
Yeah. I mean, I would. That's probably a good question for your
Therapist,
yeah, you have what's the one? Is it the cognitive?
psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Wait,
For the like exposure therapy that you did and stuff.
yeah.
I would ask that the question to that therapist. That would be my guess.
I think I need a child therapist also.
For your children?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
mean, you could go together as a family. That'd probably be the best way to do it.
Yeah. It's so hard when there's split homes to keep consistency.
Mm,
And it's so easy to let things go by the wayside
yeah.
when you're like, well, who knows what their dad's doing over there. So, if they're like, dad, whatever, not that it's their dad's fault because their dad's wonderful and amazing. But it's so hard. Like if I wanted to put them on a special diet, then the diet would have to go across 2 households. If I wanted to implement a certain rule, then it would have to go across 2. And it's just so tricky, but it's doable, but it's new.
Yeah. Yeah, those are all really good questions for a family therapist.
You're like, not me. So
Well, I don't know.
Shit.
Well, I mean, this is definitely out of my depth, right? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think,
but you're such a good mom and you're so like, your kids respect you so much.
Oh, my kids give me tons of shit. But, they.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What happened?
My cat unplugged my line out.
Yeah, I hear you in the room.
I don't know what that means for the recording.
I just pop it back in.
It said, so I'm getting messages like a new recording track has been created.
It just happened because you just switched over to sounding like this.
Sounding like what? I just put the line back in. We should be good now.
You still sound like you're coming from the room. Did her track end?
It started a new track, I think.
Okay.
Oh. But it'll continue on it, so I think it's okay.
Well, her video went off and on. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Now we got nothing from her. Can anybody hear Tiffany?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hello? Hello? Now she doesn't know what happened. Which is so weird. She's calling me. What do you think happened?
I know exactly what happened. My cat.
Wait, I can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
I know exactly what happened. My cat.
You don't have to talk in the phone. I can hear you.
I'm not on the phone.
Oh,
you weirdo.
I thought you were still talking into the phone. I was like,
No.
We got you.
So does it sound like I'm talking into the phone?
No, it sounds fine now. Oh my gosh.
No. My cat twice, deliberately and intentionally, unplugged the line out that goes to the computer, line out.
Deliberately and intentionally.
Deliberately. The first time, I think it was an accident. The cat was like, whoa, I did that. And so I plugged it back in and apologized to you. And then the next thing I know, I hear, tick, tick, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. So I'm a little nervous.
You think the cat's coming back in for round 3?
No, I'm nervous that it messed it up and that people can't hear me because it doesn't look like it's on the right microphone. It looks like I feel like high definition audio device should be clicked.
I don't know the answer to that. She asked if it should be high definition audio device.
No. Whatever's on, I can hear her and it's recording.
Whatever it's on, Katie said she can hear you and it's recording.
Perfect.
Okay, so it's good. Yeah. So back to family therapy.
I I think you have to start young while their brain is developing. And then by the time they get to a certain age, they have a certain level of respect. They get up to 8 and 9 and they know that mom just loves them so much and wants to be happy. They could express disdain about a certain thing. And they know that I will be like, okay, well, maybe we won't do that because I want you guys to be fucking happy. And it's too much to dive into right now. And I don't know what started this, but I guess just my overall question is it too late to garner respect?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do think that you need somebody who knows like a proper path to working towards it and working towards it together as a family so that the kids are there with you and listening to the therapist talk about the steps that you're going to take at home.
Right.
That way I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I am a firm believer that kids like to be scheduled when they have too much free time. That's when they start I'm bored, there's nothing to do, woe is me stuff.
Mm.
But, if you keep them not overscheduled, but scheduled enough, they also know to expect something else is going to come up, something else is going to happen. We're going to have to go somewhere else or do something else.
Yeah.
So, and they all go through ages and phases and stages that they can be real buttheads.
I love them so freaking much.
Yeah. But they can still be buttheads.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just thinking about them.
Are you thinking about how you got to go make pancakes?
Yeah, that's wild, dude. Especially when we have cereal. Like, you could just pour it in a bowl. Like, chill out.
Oh, my goodness.
I think I'm Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Yeah, with your boxed pancake mix. I think they really thought you were Gordon Ramsay.
They need to chill. They think I'm Ever Lagasse over here.
I know. They're such skibbity toilets. Listen. So then the other thing that I saw on Instagram, do you know what a Zaddy is?
Yeah.
You
Pedro
do.
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal is a Zaddy. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't get why he's a Zaddy, but everybody says he is.
Because it's a middle-aged, attractive man who dresses well, is charismatic, has some money.
Yeah, you've never heard.
And younger women want Zaddies now. And so I went down that Instagram reel rabbit hole, and let me tell you, the first thing that popped into my mind was, listen, you young ladies, it's cool. You want some Zaddies. I get it. Okay. I get it. They're, Zaddies are hot, but you should be prepared with like a Zaddy pack because they do require extra things like Gas X, Tums. They at any moment in time, they might have their back go out. So you should be ready with some Aspercream or Bengay. Like they're older, right? And the same goes for these young dudes that want to get them some cougars.
No, that's fine.
What do you mean that's fine? You need a cougar pack, right? You need a cougar pack if you're going to go hunting for the cougars, and you might.
Are you going to make a video about this?
No,
that's hilarious.
I just think that it's funny because you see all these young girls on these Instagram reels like, I'm going to get me a Zaddy. And I'm like, make sure he brings his sleep apnea machine over for that sleepover. Because, my husband dies 37 times a minute, so it's like, and he is a Zaddy, ladies. He's quite the Zaddy. So I'm just saying, I think it's hilarious. And there's always a new name, right? There's always some new name. Bill. And I laugh because like, a sugar daddy doesn't necessarily have to be attractive, right? No. They just need to have a lot of money and they have to be able to want to spend it on their sugar baby. right?
Yes.
Now, there's apparently a Splenda daddy, which
No.
means he's not as rich as a sugar daddy, but
Stop.
he'll buy you some drinks at the club.
You're lying.
Okay. He's Splenda. He's sugar light. Okay.
Stop it.
Look, these are things I found on Instagram Reels that now I know.
There's a Splendid. I've never heard of a Splendid.
Listen, these are things. Okay. These are things.
That's hilarious.
So I don't know how many minutes I was down the Zaddy hole, but
Don't say that. Don't say that.
But it was very educational. And I just feel like, ladies, if you're gonna, you youngins are gonna take that route, just have your Zaddy pack ready to go, you know?
Ugh. The idea. Ugh.
Of what, dating?
Just men. I'm just not in the mood. Like, I would like to be clear. I'm not a man hater at all. I love men. I know what it's like to be in a relationship with somebody who everybody wants. And I just resonate so much with the warnings. You know what I mean? Like listen, it looks like a great idea. But once you get up close, there's just so much shit. So much. I'm in a weird phase where I'm just not interested in other humans romantically whatsoever at all, even a little.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Zaddies, Splendas. I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it.
No
Average
sugar
salary.
No sugar daddies.
Yeah, no. I just don't want any of it. I just want to be my own sugar mama. Just take care of myself.
I like it. I like that plan.
Yeah, I just don't trust anyone. Listen, don't get me started. If I look at somebody in the future and they're super smoking hot, I'm walking the other way. I'm walking the other way. I'm only going for twos and belows from now on.
All right. Okay.
I'm just kidding. My future man's gonna come back and listen to this podcast and be like, "Wait a minute." I'm just kidding. I have to work on that. I have a really gross ick spot for people who are attractive.
That's another word the kids use, ick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very trendy.
It is.
To say ick. Ew, that's such an ick.
Slay. My daughter, that's her favorite word.
Slay?
Yeah. Yeah, she says it all the time. You know what else she does? She rolls down the window and yells things out at people.
What?
Which is, I don't like, but they're compliments, so I do like it. And
what is she saying?
Like yesterday, there was a man and a woman walking down the road, and she rolled down the window, and she's like, "You're so pretty, both of you." And it's like sweet, but I'm also like, are we going to get injured one day?
Oh my gosh.
She does. She does it all the time.
I think people love compliments.
I do too. I think it's sweet. That's why I let it keep happening, but it makes me nervous because she does it every single time we're in the car. She'll roll down the window and be like, "I love your shirt." And then if they don't give her the response that she's looking for in her head, which is like a thank you, or if they seem like awkward, she's like, "Ew, rude." Like, that's not why we give compliments, honey. We give compliments because we want people, we don't expect anything in return.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Reaction.
I love that she does that.
Yeah, she's such a character. She's gonna be something one day. Something.
She is. She is the definition of a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to put her in another play.
She wants to.
Yeah. What's the next thing?
I don't know. They have summer camps, but they don't have actual plays. That I don't know. I gotta look it up. I haven't looked, honestly. I said they don't have any plays, but it's because I haven't opened their website. If they have any plays.
Yeah. Well,
I have a friend who updates me and is like, "Hey, this is coming up. Do you want
well, you totally have to get her into whatever is next.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna be a theater buff for sure.
I know. She's so funny. She's the best. Anyway.
All right. Well,
that's good for today.
Yeah, it was a nice little episode. We had a bit of a poopery.
Yeah, it really was a poopery.
It was a poopery of an episode.
Things. And I hope the audio quality is good. I apologize in advance, Phil. Somebody on one of my lives the other day made me laugh out loud because I said something and then I regretted it. And they wrote, "Cut that, Phil."
Ah, yes.
It was cute.
Phil, cut that out.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so funny.
All right. Well, we love you all so much. Make sure to join us next week for another episode of Take It
or Leave It, an advice-ish podcast hosted by two struggling moms who have no idea what we're doing. We'll see you next week, guys.
Gonna go make some pancakes. Bye.
Red button, red button.